What's up, my guys? Hope you're having an awesome day. Welcome to youtube.com, which is my personal website that I created, built, and own 100%. Please don't check that out because people lie on the internet and tell others that I didn't do this. But enough of that. Let's get into today's content where I'm going to be showing you how to use custom conversions over in your chatbot to do some pretty amazing things. So let's jump on in. Righty, so we're over on my screen now, and I want to start out by telling you about your analytics. So, not a lot of people know that this exists, and also not a lot of people actually use this, and you should be using it all the time, especially if you're running campaigns and you're actually making money from those campaigns. Then you want to always be looking at your analytics all the time because you can see what certain campaigns generate you what certain amount of money. So we are going to come back to this so we can have a proper look at this, but you can see here at the top you've got your overall earnings. Okay, so this is in USD as standard, but you can change it to multiple currencies. And you can see here that I have no revenue on this one account. Okay, as you come down here, you'll see that I actually have phone collected here. And you can see that I collected a few phone numbers. So I think it was about 19 or 20 phone numbers that I collected. You can see when I actually collected these. And you can do the drop down here. So you can just select the drop down and you can go through the different system events or custom events. Okay, and if you don't know what that means, don't worry too much right now. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to jump over to settings and we're going to scroll all the way along, and right at the second to last option you've got conversion events, and you'll see here that I don't have any conversion events that are set up over on this one chatbot. So let's create one. If I click on the blue button and that says conversion event, and you'll see that I have an option to create a new event. So let's say, for instance, that we create an event for emails collected. So let me give you a bit of information of why I would do this. I know that on a certain campaign that I have, which leads over to a course that I have, which shows people how to build chatbots, I have a value for every email address that I collect. So to further explain this, I have a course that's valued at $99. So it costs someone $99 to get into my course. It's called the Chatbot Accelerator, and it shows people how to build chatbots. Okay, so I know from my own analytics that I get 1 in every 20 people who give me their email address buy my course. So what that means is I can now say that each email that I receive is worth around about $4.95. How did I work that out? Well, I know that for every 20 subscribers to my email autoresponder, I'm going to get one $99 sale. So I'm taking $99 and I'm sharing it into 20, which works out at $4.95. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to enter a title for this. Okay, so my title that I'm going to enter will be email. Okay, so there's my conversion event title, and it's going to be email. Now, I can put a description in here if I want, but I'm just going to leave it at that. And then this button here defines the revenue that's part of this one conversion. So say, for instance, I put email in here. Let's say that it has a revenue. I'm going to keep it on USD because it is actually USD, okay? And then I'm going to click on create. So now we'll see that I have my own custom event, which is classed as email, okay? So what am I going to do with that? Well, let's jump on over to our flows, and let's jump on over to a quick flow that I built a second ago. So here we are, custom conversions. And you can see here I haven't really done anything other than gone on to actions. So let's delete this out and let me do this again. So obviously when you create a new flow, you have a step. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to add an action. And when you click on the actions, you can see the second option down is a log conversion event. So I'm going to log an event, okay? So it's saying please select the conversion event. So I'm going to click on here. Now I can choose email because I've already got email. But if I wanted to, let's say I wanted to do phone, I can just type it in and I can click on create a conversion event, and then I can do exactly the same thing as what I could do in my settings. Okay, so let's go for email, and because I've defined that it has a value, it's now saying what's the value of this. Okay, so I know that the value is $4.95. Okay, so it's $495. So now I have this action. So say, for instance, I were to put here and ask somebody to give me their email address. When they agree, I then fire it over to this action. I'm going to now make $4.95. Now, we'll do this in a second, but just to show you how this all works first, I'm actually going to move the starting step to this action. I'm going to delete out this thing, and I'm going to publish this, and then I'm going to preview it. Okay, so give me a second. Let me send this over to my messenger. Now, because this is an action, then it's basically going to automatically log that event to me. So I don't need to go over and check it. But what I am going to do now is I'm going to go back to my dashboard, and I'm going to click over to my analytics. And if I scroll down here and I change my conversion events from phone to email, which is now here because we've created it, you'll see that today I've collected one email address, and if I come up to the top, you can see that my overall earnings for today is $4.95. So we can do this with absolutely anything we want to do. ManyChat have some pre-selected conversion events for you, but you can go as far as you want to go with this. Plus, you can also install your ManyChat pixel over on a website and create custom conversions from website clicks. Now, I'm not going to go into that in this video, but I will make a follow-up video to this where I can show you how you can track people over in Messenger when they've left Messenger, gone over to your website, and performed a certain action. And you can add a value to that action. So, for now, let's jump on back to that flow and let me give you some proper examples of how this would work. And I really want you to let your imagination go wild on this because there are so many things that you can actually do with these custom conversions. So let's edit this flow. Now, let's say, for instance, that we wanted to complete this part. So I'm just going to send a message here, okay, and we'll make this nice and simple and nice and easy. So let's go on here, and I'm just going to put, hi, person's name, and I will put here, can I please take your email? Okay, and I'm just going to put a little button on here saying yes. Now, obviously, I would have a lot better flow than this, but just for purposes of this video, I'll make it nice and simple. So I'll keep this on here. I'll change the starting step. So when they say yes, okay, let's bring them down. Let's send them another message, and let's take their email address. So to take their email address, I'm going to need to put in a user input. Let's delete this message out. Okay, and then I'm just going to put, please enter the best email address to use below. Okay, and then I can change this over to email. Now, what this is going to do is it's going to give them the email address that they use to register with Facebook. Sometimes it shows, sometimes it doesn't. I tend to just put, please enter the best email address to use below, for the simple fact that if the email address shows below, then fantastic, they can just click to confirm. But if it doesn't, then it doesn't cause confusion. They can just type out the best one that they want to use. Now, in order to automatically fire over an email, we need to make sure that we have our email on a system field, not a custom field. So we're going to click on this. This will then give it into the system field, okay? And we have to keep a skip button on there. So once we've done that, what we're going to do is we're going to continue to another step. Now, there are a couple of things that we need to do in order to comply with the regulations and terms and conditions. So the first thing that we're going to do is when they click on this and enter their email, we need to make sure that we're performing an action, okay, and we're going to tag them. So this is optional, but I always like to tag them, and I'm just going to say, I'm going to call this ChatBot Accelerator email, okay, just so I know that their email has come from that one campaign. So this is optional, but I always put this in because I like to be able to run a filter, and I like to be able to see not only who's provided me with their email, but I also want to be looking at the tags, and I want to see which campaign I've sent out has generated me the most emails. So that's why I always add a tag to it. So the next thing that we're going to do, once they've given us their email address, is we're going to automatically continue to a next step, and then we're going to put a condition in here. So condition is going to be if the tag is ChatBot Accelerator email. If it is, then fantastic. It means they've given us the email. If it isn't, it means they press skip because they weren't tagged with it. So what I'm going to do now is if they press skip, I'm just going to come down and send them a quick message that just says, no problem, speak soon. Okie dokie. Now, if they have been tagged as Chatbot Accelerator email, then obviously they've given me their email. So one thing I need to do now is send them the standard message that you need to send everyone who you collect emails from, which I actually have ready to go right here. So you need to put in click I agree to confirm opt-in for automated personal and marketing email messages from page name to your email inbox. Consent is not required for purchase. So we need to make sure that they've opted in to email and they agree for us to send them marketing emails. So I'm just going to paste that on here, and I'm just going to put a button in here which says I agree. And then I'm going to put here I do not agree. Okie dokie, and I'm just going to put done. So if they say I do not agree, I'm going to come back down to say no problem, speak soon. And if they click on I agree, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a tag. Okay, so I'm going to put an action in here, and I'm going to come down, and right at the bottom you'll see set email opt-in. Okay, so now they've confirmed their email address and they've set their opt-in. Now I can then send them what I need to send them. So here is where this action would come into place, because they've given me their email, they've agreed for me to send them the emails out, and I've now got that value of $4.95. So what I can do is I can add it to here, so log a conversion event, and again, I'm just going to choose email. My value is going to be $4.95. And I am now done. Okay, so let's come out of this. And there we go. Now, how would I then send them the email? Well, I have actually done a video on how to send SMS and email through your flows. But the one thing that you would do is you would confirm this. So I would say something along the lines of, thanks, I will email you within the next 15 minutes. Okay, now a couple of things that you can do here. You could actually set a delay of 15 minutes. Okay, so you could come onto here, you could continue to another step. Okay, and then bring that another step down, pop in a smart delay, let's say for instance of 15 minutes like we've just said. And then what we can do if we want is we can come down here and we can send email. And then there you go, you've got your email campaign that you can send out. Another way that you can do this is by going over to your broadcasts and creating a broadcast that only fires out when someone has provided their email flow and been tagged as set email opt-in. So I'll show you how to do that. You would click on broadcasting, you would click on new broadcast, you would go to email, and then when you've gone to email, you would write out your email, and in the settings you can see here that they have opted in for email and that their email has a value. And as soon as you press on send now, this will then kick in every time somebody provides their email address and opts in, and it will automatically fire that over. So as you can see, this is nice and easy. Now, what are you going to use this for? Well, I can see here that if this were my flow that I was sending out in order to get people into my Chatbot Accelerator email campaign, I now know the price of each email. But what you can also do with this is you can use the buy button right here in ManyChat and right here in your messenger flows, and you can assign a value to a purchase. So say for instance you were going out and you had an actual product. So let's say we have a flow and then it says please confirm your order below. And let's say we had a product, so we'll add in a card here. Let's just throw any old image in here. Okie dokie. And we've now got our product image in here. We would have our product title. And then we would have a description. And let's say we have a buy button here. And we call this button buy now. And we put a price to this. So say, for instance, this is $10. Okay, we call this an item name. So let's just call this demo item. What information do you want to collect? Well, we'll collect their email. Let's collect their shipping address. Save this as a custom field. Okay, so I'm going to save this as, let's say, for instance, bought demo product. Okie dokie. And then what can we do if the purchase is successful, and so on and so forth. Okay, so say, for instance, they buy this. What the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add an action to this. So if I go to done, you'll see that when it's successful, it adds an action, and that action is going to be log a conversion event. And again, we can create a custom conversion. So we could say, for instance, demo product purchase, Okay, click on this, and then we want a revenue for this, so we're going to keep it as US dollars. Click on create, and now what I can do is I can put my $10 in here. And what this means is now when somebody comes through, they click on the buy button, they've gone through the checkout, they've purchased, and it's going to add an action and a conversion event of demo product purchase, which is going to go over to $10, which again, you can then go over to your dashboard. And when you're on your dashboard, you can click on your analytics and you can see how many people have actually bought this, which is great. Now, the last example I'm going to show you is that you don't have to do this for monetary all the time. You can actually do this for anything that you want to do and have it show right there in your analytics. So say, for instance, you were going out with some kind of chatbot quiz. Now, I actually show people how to use quizzes and calculators in the chatbots in order to generate leads for either their own business or how to then sell those leads on to clients on a pay-per-lead basis. You can do some amazing things with custom conversions when you're splitting out people who have answered certain questions. So, for instance, if I was to say, please choose between a dog or a cat, okay, just for example. So on my button here, I could just put dog, and then on my second button, I can put here cat, okay, and I can actually link custom conversions to either of these two. So if I say they chose a dog, okay, I'm going to go to an action. Again, I'm going to log a conversion event, and here I'm just going to put dog owner, for instance, if this is what I'm trying to find out. And I don't want this to have a revenue, and you can just click on create, okay, and I'm going to do the same thing now with cat, and I'm going to go to actions, and can come down, log a conversion event, and let's say this time this is cat owner. Click on here, doesn't have a revenue, and I'm going to click on create. Why would I do this? Well, the reason I would do this is because then in my analytics, I can find out how many people own dogs and how many people own cats. Now, you could do that with a tag, of course you could, but with a tag, you have got to go over and you've got to filter every single person out to find out who has that tag. Exactly the same with the custom field. If you create a custom field, you've then got to go and you've got to search for people who have the custom field of cat or dog. If you're using conversion events, everything is done from that one main dashboard. Plus, you get to see the bar chart, which is going to show you how popular that tag is, when people are coming through and choosing that tag, and how many people are doing it on certain days, which is really, really powerful for the simple fact of if you're pushing different campaigns on different days, you can always go and check out which campaigns are doing better than others. So you can see that there is so much that you can actually do with these custom conversions. Now, if you want to learn more about how to use all the features of ManyChat and get the most from your chatbots using conversational marketing, then if you look in the description below this video, you will find the link over to my Chatbot Marketing X Facebook group, which is free for everyone to join. We do some amazing things in there, plus you get some free courses on how to build chatbots too. So jump on over and request access, and I'll accept you in as soon as possible and start really using the power of chatbots to build an amazing audience and make their engagement levels go through the roof. Okay, back to me over at the desk. So there you go. That's how you can use custom conversions over in your chatbot right there in Messenger. And I want you to go and let your imagination run wild, because you can really do some amazing things with this new ManyChat feature. And with that, I'm going to leave it there for today. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you got something from it, then why not leave it a like and leave any questions in the comments below. Plus, while you're here, if you like this sort of content and you connect with my craziness, then feel free to subscribe to the channel and don't forget to turn on those notifications. And until next time, I'll catch you in a little bit. I'll see you soon.